Hey y'all, from time to time you guys hit me up and you ask me, where do I get my display cases from? Do you got anybody you would suggest? As a matter of fact, I would. Displayarama.com has all your cases and smoke shop needs for displays. These guys are a family-owned operation. And here, let me show you some examples. And I also like, don't forget about this one. And hey, check this one out. And if you use code ChadWade5 when you go to check out, they'll know to give you Chad's discount, which is 5% off your total order. How you gonna beat that, man? 5% off. All right. Now, don't forget, use that code ChadWade5 at the end and get the discount. Don't waste money, man. Save the 5%. Get quality cases that are even in my shop. So if they're good enough for old Chad, good enough for you. Check them out, displayarama.com. You're gonna love them. I know I do. Oh my God. I really, I swear to you, I did not know how large I was. Yeah. Wow. Oh, and now this thing is jumping around. I'm having some technical issues. I'm hoping you can hear this and everything's okay. I don't know why. I don't know why this is doing this, but it is. Um, I'm really not doing anything different. The internet looks to be okay. I don't know if it's a StreamYard issue. I really don't know. I know. Okay, so Beth says everything sounds fine on her end, but I'm jumping now, and I don't know why. So that's pretty odd. Uh, I'm hoping this thing is going to stay up and act right. I have, yeah. Well, I think it's having an issue with me as well, to be honest, Beth. I'm hoping that we get through this and everything works out right. Uh, anyway, I've got to reshoot that commercial and got to pay some bills, as you know. And so I'm hoping that it streamed correctly. And oh man, I hate when the computer does this, and I can see the jump and everything, and maybe it's just on my end too. So I'm hoping that's what it is. But apparently, like Beth says, there's some issues. I'm looking right here on my other screen where it shows me that there is some known issues with a stream, and ugh, I don't know how long. I don't know how this is going to go because I see viewers going in and out, and they're right now. So I don't know, man. I mean, it may not be nothing wrong. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. Well, it's not horrible yet, right? But anyway, regardless. So we'll get into it, and if it starts being a problem, I won't be able to stand it, just to be honest, because I want it to be just right. And I've got graphics here and everything to be done, and it's not like it's we're playing games or nothing here and streaming games and shit. But I do make movements, and when I do, and it's choppy like this, because I talk with my hands, man, I do, and yuck. I don't like that. I don't like how that looks, but it is what it is. So we got a few things to talk about, of course, and I guess we're gonna jump right into it. And I've got some stories that I think you guys probably will want to talk about. First off, though, I am going to start taking. We're only going to start having 2 videos a week and an extra stream every other week, like we're doing right now. So we'll try to do stream every other week as long as possible. This thing right here, though, StreamYard, I don't know what to think. I'm kind of it's like they got issues, and so I may have to migrate somewhere else, but we'll see, and we'll see how it goes. I hope it's not going to be one of those things, but I'm not kidding you. That don't look good. And if I'm paying, I should be saying and at least getting a string that's correct. But yeah, I don't want to keep on with this. So it is what it is. So let's jump into the first one, Brandon, and let's see what we got and whichever one we're going to do. So we're going to do about Modesto here, and let's talk about that thing. So apparently, the Modesto City Council has adopted a new ordinance that institutes and introduces stringent controls on smoke shops. So apparently, now catch this, existing and new outlets must apply for a smoke shop permit issued by no other than the police department, and for a fee of approximately $1,600. So permit applications are due by the 14th of November of 2025. And once the city reaches a threshold of one smoke shop per 25,000 residents, no new permits. So you could have a shop right now and you're in the lottery basically of if they want you to be in there or not. So stores must enforce a 21 and over age limit, stay at least 1,000 feet from the school. So if you're already there and you got to shut down, you're done. So if you're inside, if you're not as I was reading this, if you're in, by the schools within 1,000 feet, okay, or parks, childcare facilities, youth center, and adhere to exterior lighting. So that means you got to have that out there. There's got to be cleanliness, anti-graffiti standards, and if you don't do that, man, you're out. So if you're already there, you're already set up, you've already got a license, business license to set up, and under these new guidelines, you're out of business by November the 14th. You're out. So make other arrangements. It is what it is. Okay. And violators apparently will face fines up to $20,000. And this is multiple shops have been shut down due to illegal sales and gambling operations. And they're going to call that skilled gaming. This is a pretty long article, in all honesty, man. I don't want to treat you like a bunch of damn kids and read it to you, but it's not pretty, man. If communities are starting to say, okay, this is what we're going to do here, and if you don't like it, man, you're out, and tough shit. And that's kind of how they're doing, man. I mean, really, they really are. They're making these are mandatory permits, and apparently, 25,000. So if there's 100,000 people in the city, only four smoke shops. That's it, and they don't want them, man. I mean, and they're going to be very very weird about this. The mayor has emphasized that these steps are essential for safety for the kids and for anyone that's exposed to these products. Apparently, uh, the owner of one of the city's oldest smoke shop, No Limit Smoke Shop, revealed that businesses once prospered but suffered amid enforcement actions, they're hoping that new regulations will restore public trust and allow loyal customers to return. Well, I got news for you, Ahmed. Uh, that may not happen because you may not be in the lottery. You may not win. All right, and so they're really worried about the safety and trust issues, and they're really worried about public accountability and enforcement issues, economic stability, and community support. And in the meanwhile, if you got a shop, they don't give a shit. It is what it is. That's crazy. If you ask me, that's very very crazy, and I don't know what to think about that personally. I would hope that they could do better than that, but apparently this is what they think will work, and exactly what they think it's going to take to get rid of the seedier element and to get the shops away from the 1,000 square foot a square foot. Now remember that. So it's 1,000 in every direction. So shit. I mean, they're basically, if you're there and you're the corner store and there's a daycare center, on the next block. Yeah, hey, bro, you're out. You can't sell that shit no more. You're done. You're done. And they're not hearing that. So just to let you know, that's terrible. And that's going to be an issue for a lot of people there. So Modesto is about to have some issues, right? So then let's move on to the next one, Brandon. See what we can get into there. And it looks like is that that's the Philly. So the Philadelphia 7-0 kratom is driving opioid like addictions, as if we didn't know that. Philadelphia is witnessing a surge in addictions fueled by 7-0, a potent derivative of kratom sold in smoke shops. Users reported that it latches on and doesn't let go, with effects that closely mimic opioids or a heroin-like substance. Holy shit, that's really really bad. I mean, really, yeah, that's something. Let me get down here to my notes for this. I've moved on. I've moved my stuff here. Shit. Yeah, this is becoming an issue, y'all. This whole thing with the opioids and how these this mimicker product is doing, and they are very very concerned with this. As you can see, I'll read you another thing about Florida. Of course, we all know about how Florida did and throw the baby out with the bathwater. Thank God they didn't do that, because my fear is going to be that when they get rid of this 7-0, they start saying, well, hey, man, let's just get rid of kratom altogether. And if that happens, man, that's very, very bad. That's very, very, very bad. So it is what it is there. Philly is really looking at this, and I am thinking that they're going to be next, as far as Pennsylvania, not just them, but I mean, you start looking at these people. They're talking about a lot of things in the news, and I'm reading a lot about some of the Massachusetts, some of Pennsylvania. I'm even seeing North and South Carolina talking about getting rid of 7-0 products, which I personally think it's a good idea. It's a very very dangerous drug. Now, no matter how we look at it, that's exactly what it is, and I really think that we could do better. I really do think that as a group of individuals, could do a lot better. And I just personally don't like that. I think that these mimicker products, they've made it way too strong. And while we were in Vegas at the last show, we were seeing things they were coming up with that was 7 and 10 times stronger than 7-0 is right this second. And they're even they were even actually calling it uh, just like heroin. They were talking about it. They were just point blank saying it in the marketing materials. I find that really irresponsible. I really hate that that is what it's come to. I really feel like our industry is going down a rabbit hole of madness again. We saw that with some other products at one time, and then it backed up because when some of that was out there at first, and they had those crazy products that just started coming out, and we saw that. Beth says always chasing the higher without safety for the customers. Hey, Beth, in all honesty, I think they don't care. My stores do not sell a 7-0 product. For one, I do not want to kill the customer base. And the very thought of that scares the shit out of me. And I think about it a lot, in all honesty. And I just don't want to, I don't be a part of that. I need to be able to know that I didn't hurt anyone at the end of the day. And as far as them smoking any other product or doing adult products, uh, I have no problem with people, you know, of course, having a drink or, smoking whatever they want to, or cigarettes or cigars or vapes for that matter. I do know what vapes and cigarettes do to you. Do not get me wrong, but it is what it is. You're grown. But man, as far as acting like that, putting this type of product out there and making people believe, well, at least it's not heroin, but just as good without the problems. Well, now they're kind of finding this 7-0 man is having some addiction issues where once they're on it, they can't get off of it. And much like heroin. And that's to me, that's a very, very odd thing to want to push onto your customers. Personally, I don't think you should. And again, it is what it is. I'm just not going to make money that way. When I was selling weed, we didn't sell cocaine and heroin and stuff like that. Yeah, we could have made more money, but I didn't hurt anyone. And I'm not going to get involved in that. Not today, not tomorrow. I'm just not. Okay. Some psychedelics. Yeah, I kind of understand that. And so, which is why, people are chasing this mushroom thing. So I totally understand that. But, right. I prefer living customers as well, Beth. Amen. And man, I'm guessing, Beth, you're probably a lot like me and Brandon. When we were in the stores, we knew everybody. We kind of spoke to them like friends. Uh, it was like I've told this story before. I remember when people would bring pizza in and share their pizza with us, and we would kind of all sit there and eat together. And it was kind of, I don't know, man, it was community. And Brandon and I are fat dudes at the time, and especially me. And Brandon was a lot smaller than he is now, of course, but Brandon's older, and I've just lost all this weight. But at the time, I loved pizza just like anybody else. And when they'd bring it in, we'd eat, we would order pizza, we would share with the customers when we had customer events. We knew everybody, man. It wasn't like people came in and mooched off us. It was people came in and just shared as part of the community. And now you just don't feel that way. I was happy that Bella and I had took something over to one of my other stores, and at the Dixie Highway store, Diane is the boss there, and she seemed to know every single person that came in. She talked to them; they all knew her. They all asked about her, and everything. And she knew them. She's asking about their family, and I was really, really glad to see that. Because over at one of the other stores, I see Cody, and Cody knows some of them. He just don't know all of them. And some of the people come around and hang out, and they're nice to him. And I've witnessed that, but I just don't know that every store has community like it once did. And I hate that, man, because I think that's what made our industry so great was the community aspect of it, and every part of that. And I loved that. I felt like I knew people that otherwise I might not have had the opportunity to know. And I even remember noticing when they would get a new to them car, not like a new car, but new to them, and they would say, "Yeah, I just picked it up, man. What do you think?" And then they'd want you to come out and look inside and all this, and because they cared what you thought because they saw us all the time, man. And it was really, really cool. It was a cool community, but now I ain't feeling it. I really don't feel like that's how things are. And I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe things will change. Maybe things will change. But hang on, I got to read something real quick. Hey, so I'm gonna let Brandon play a video here real quick. I'm gonna log out and log back in. Don't go away. Brandon's gonna play you a real quick clip, and let's just see what happens. Maybe that'll stop this jittering. Let's just see what happens. If you're ready to go, Brandon, do it. Hey guys, did you really not know that I was an author? I mean, for real? It's for real, yeah. And international bestseller at that, in my category.
believe it or not. So check it out. It's a quick read, man. It's not going to be such a big deal, but it's going to give you some real world stories about how I learned a whole lot about what I know. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. And you can pick it up on Amazon, and it's pretty easy to find. You know, just put in Street Smart, Chad Wade. It'll come right up. Check it out. Let me know what you think. Hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I did writing it. All right, y'all.
All right, maybe it worked, man. Maybe it worked. Thanks, Brandon. That's probably a good idea. Let's just hope it did. Okay, so far so good. Looks pretty good. I'm proud of that. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Okay, great. All right. So, but anyway, rant over. Okay, and Beth, you're right. People have quit caring about others and more about the money. But I think that's why they're selling the damn 7.0. In all honesty, man, I think they're hurting in a lot of ways financially, and I think that it's awful to say, man, Beth, and y'all, everybody, it's awful to say like this, but I really believe that the economy over the last few years, and I'm not, and listen, I'm honestly not trying to get political now, because everybody, it is what it is. Previous 4 years, man, the economy was so bad. People got in such a way. And then, a lot of states started taking flour away, and they had to hemp flour, and then they had to do what they had to do to keep going. They had bills, they had people to keep on payroll, and I understand that. I get that, man. But y- you're right. They started thinking about profits over people, and that is a quick recipe for disaster. And but if you got to pay the bills, and you got to start thinking about your kids and what they're going to eat, and paying your house payment, paying your car payment, maybe the wife doesn't work, or doesn't work as big of a job because she's got to be there to take care of the children because you're always at work, and you have to make some moves. Or maybe the female, maybe she's a single female business owner, and she's got some kids to raise, and she's got to pay the bills, she's got to pay the daycare, she's got to pay school, college, or whatever. And maybe, so I'm trying to put myself in their mindset. But man, if you're hurting the customer base, you can put yourself in all the mindsets you want to. Those people are basically screwed. They're screwed. And if you hurt the customer base and they're not coming back in over and over and over, it's not worth doing. So that's just me talking, man. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth or thoughts in your head, but in my mind, that's where I'm at. And so I could do this all night. I could probably play devil's advocate over and over and over, but it ain't worth doing, man. And I don't want to do that. And yeah, I don't want to do that. So let's move on to the next one, guys. We're 24 minutes into this, and finally the jittering, it looks like, has stopped. And let's talk about this council member here, and Councilman Tim here, O'Cosser. No, I'm sorry, McOsker. Yeah, McOsker has introduced a motion to impose a 45-day moratorium on issuing new smoke shop licenses in the harbor area of LA. This interim control ordinance aims to pause further proliferation as the city reviews its regulations. Now, apparently, there's some issues there, and they want to really look into this. And it's probably a good idea because apparently they have way too many smoke shops, and this is going to include 4 or 5 different places: Pedro, Wilmington, Harbor Gateway, Harbor City, and Watts. And this is apparently the place is run over. The city apparently is going to look into and research and adopt some best practices from other municipalities across the state, such as Redondo Beach, Long Beach, San Francisco, and New York City, covering aspects like zoning, permitting, buffering zones, licensing, and youth access controls. Okay. It said apparently he says for too long, smoke shops have been allowed to pop up, often right across from other schools, parks, daycare centers, and it exposes the kids to products they should never be around. Well, you have some responsible adults and responsible shop owners. The little asses ain't getting in there in the first place. And if they catch them in there, maybe you just call the police and let them pull them out of there. See what's up. A news conference was held apparently in front of this high school, and it featured a council member alongside community members for the Alliance of Californians for Community Empowerment. And apparently, these smoke shops undermined quality of life by compromising our students' safety while traveling to and from schools. So, kind of the bottom line here, man, is they're, really pointedly looking to protect the kids and health and safety issues that they think that 7-0 apparently puts on them. And maybe they're right. Maybe they're honest to God right about it, in all honesty. And we really do have to look at this, and you have to think, is that in their best interest to do such a thing? And with products like this damn 7-0 and the stuff of that nature, man, and pseudo, you've heard of pseudo too, probably by now. They do have an issue, and they have to look at this and they have to say, hey, do we want our kids exposed to this? Do we want, the Marlboro and Newport ad, on the window? Do we want them to be able to read about vape products or Delta products, or the hand leaf? Do you want the kids to see that, man? Personally, I think the hand leaf is much better than the Budweiser, and maybe it'd be better than the Jack Daniels emblem. But other than that, I mean, alcohol kills more than weed ever has, believe you me. And it's probably slowly killing me. If I don't beat it to it. It is what it is, though. But I mean, and they're really looking into what everybody else has done throughout this state and other states, and they're trying to get the regulations down so that they can hold these retailers accountable, which I think is a good idea too. And they're addressing the community and how the community feels about this stuff. And when they don't like them and they want rid of them, there's an easy way to do it. And it's just to stop from having more stores, add more regulation, do more enforcement, and you will slowly but surely cut this bunch out, and you'll cut this out like a cancer. Uh, Yeah. Well, I agree, man, but it's a different world. They don't have those cute little frogs out there anymore, and they don't have the Clydesdale horses during the Christmas. You remember when they go through the snow and they'd be pulling the sled? They don't have that type of shit anymore. Now all they got is the ugliness of it. They don't have the creative aspect of it like they used to. I swear, Brandon can attest to this. Most people who know me can attest to this. Uh, Under most circumstances, 95% of the time, unless I have to fly and I can't carry it, I have my Marlboro Zippo that I've had since I was 16 years old with me every single place I go. Now, if I'm home, I do put it up and because I don't smoke in the house. Jamie doesn't allow that, of course, and it's probably in my best interest not to smoke in this house, and so I don't do that. But if she did, I'd be smoking right now, and I'd be able to pull it up and show it to you. And it's the red and black Marlboro Zippo. I had a problem with the insert, so I changed it out for a two stream torch, and that's why I can't fly with it. Now, if I wanted to fly with it, I could just fill it up, put another insert that I have from another Zippo, put it right in just like the old one, and I could fly with it because they allow that. They just don't allow the butane and the torch. So I can't fly with it. But you're exactly right, Beth. But again, my dad drank beer, people around us in the neighborhood. My dad was in construction, so they were always drinking beer, and everybody in there was. And it became one of them things where it was conversational. We didn't think of anything like that at all, right? Uh, Brandon's right. The finishes are very worn on the corners because of my jeans and how I beat around inside of it. I do love it very, very much. And he's exactly right. That's my lighter he's talking about there. Uh, but yeah, you're right, Beth. We did grow up with those Clydesdales and frogs. And, I can remember even as a kid, we would go around and we would find the little boxes with the miles on them and we would tear them off and we were saving and saving and saving. And then you'd get your old man to send off for, whatever it was. For me, I had so much Marlboro gear. I had coats, I had shirts, I had, the socks, the backpacks, the ball bag, for your baseball bats, and I had all of that. I remember hats. Oh God, I had so many hats. I was really, really close to getting the parka, and then they shut the whole thing down. I was close, man. I was just a few away from it, but I remember even after I was married, we still had a lot of that stuff, and especially the bag and things, the ball bag. My backpack I'd already tore it, years ago. I actually used it to take my books into school, and you could still, have logos like that in school. Nobody thought anything of it, we wasn't such a bunch of pansies like we kind of are now about the kids. And if they see these images, oh my God, my daughter, when she was in high school, couldn't wear like concert t-shirts and things like that. Beth, I bet you can remember wearing your concert t-shirt to school. Betcha. I did. I wore every concert. It was almost like a badge of honor to wear, my Poison T-shirt or my Guns N' Roses T-shirt or my Def Leppard T-shirt or any of that stuff. And everybody had those. We had so many of them, and it was part of our clothing option. We didn't have full color black shirts and just plain shirts. It was that time, I was during the Ocean Pacific years and Panama Jack years, and everything was a graphic tee, having plain colors, man. I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Everybody had those. And I remember everybody had, those type of clothing, remember, when I was in high school, Miami Vice was first coming on. I mean, we still loved watching the Dukes of Hazzard. We still watched everything like that. I remember, those type of things come on. Whatever you saw on TV, kids would be wearing it in school next week. You remember the Coca-Cola shirts? That if you washed them wrong, they would bleed over the whites. The color, the red or the black or the yellows would, and they'd bleed right into the white. And I remember all that. And things just different now. You're exactly right. Let's move on to the next, and we're going to talk about this thing in Florida. It's kind of ugly. Let's don't kid ourselves. They have really screwed the pooch down there, man. But honestly, man, they had to do what was right for them. Uh, the Florida Attorney General, old James Althemeyer, issued an emergency rule to classify 7-O, a potent concentrated alkaloid derived from kratom, as Schedule 1. So if it mimics heroin, it must be heroin in order for a charge. Effectively, it bans its sale, possession, or distribution statewide. So if you ship that shit into that state, the state can charge you with distributing a 7-O product, which is, Schedule 1. So they said that it was an immediate health risk, right? The AG cited immediate danger to public health, safety, and welfare, invoking emergency powers to bypass the usual legislative process. Now, what they're seeing down there is they're seeing these people strung out. They're seeing them zombie like. When they go to test them for heroin, they don't find that. They're finding the 7-0 product in their system in large amounts, and they're addicted. You know, they're literally taking these people to detox centers over fucking 7-0. All right. And so it's not just going to be Florida, it's going to be other states. Like I said before, there's a lot of states right now looking at this shit, including the FDA. And the FDA is trying to move to schedule this as well. And there is, you know, they're going through a whole lot of conversation about this, even as far as putting out letters to distributors about it. Now there's even more letters that have gone out, and they are moving to do something with this. It will not just be a state issue, it will be on the federal level. And pretty soon, all that money that was spent at the last champ show will be for nothing. So if you have that in your shop, I'm just telling you, man, I'm calling the play right now. I'm telling you that it's happening. You better get rid of every bit of that shit while you can, because I promise you, you're going to end up either getting charged with it, or you're going to end up having to throw it in the garbage. You're going to end up having to eat it, or I don't know, man. But if you keep selling that and you get caught in an undercover sting, I would hate to think that a pill that was legal one week put me in prison the next. I would hate to think that over a few bucks, because they're selling it relatively cheap. And I would do some heavy thinking if I was you guys about this. Apparently, there's a regulatory gap. While the kratom leaves naturally contain low levels of 7-0 concentrate form, like gummies or powders, but this poses a significant higher risk to the public. And apparently, there's some industry pushback. Proponents argue that banning 7-0 is unnecessary, that there's little evidence of harm, and that the move may be more about eliminating competition than protecting the public health, because they're saying this is all being done by the hemp industry or the kratom industry, who wants rid of all this shit, and they want you to go back to Delta products, hemp products, or they want you to go back to powder or capsules of the kratom. Nobody's been sick over the powders and the capsules. You know, if you've eat too many of them, you'll just poop or pee it out. You know, you are not stuck like you are with this 7-0 product. Apparently, Florida's Agricultural Commissioner Wilson Simpson called on retailers to remove 7-0 products immediately, warning that officials would seize them and their property. Whew. Hate to think they took my house over some damn pills. So it is what it is, y'all. This the public health versus the market access to it, man. The public health they're taxpayers, and that's what they want. They want the tax money. They don't honestly care or give a shit about you, the public. They do not care. But what they do care is that you still have the ability to pay taxes. And that's going to be very important to them. And they are going to enforce this rule in Florida. But I feel like we're going to enforce that rule all over the country very, very soon. And I really look for that. I look for the FDA one day you to turn it on the news, or I'll be reporting it that it is what it is. It's over. Get rid of your 7-0 or start eating them with your damn self, or underground sell them, whatever you got to do. But I am telling you, it's going to happen. And, you know, in the bigger picture, you know, there could be some kratom regulation as well. You know, some of the industry thinks that, you know, maybe kratom should be looked at, maybe should be regulated a little bit better. There should be some industry standards on the cleanliness of it, because when they've opened it up, they found a lot of metals in some of it. I know that some of them are much, much cleaner. Some of this cheap gas station stuff isn't tested as good as it should be. And Some of the more boutique blends are very, very clean, very, very nice, but that type of shit costs money. And so it is double, sometimes triple the price, at the store level, and people just can't afford it. But I really want to know what was going down my gullet or up my, down my throat. That's important. You need to do that. Um, Especially if you're selling that to your clientele. So all right, guys. That's kind of what I got for that. As far as that type of thing. Um, if you're looking for some good kratom product, I do not sell that garbage gas station kratom in my wholesale. That's unswholesale.com. We've got a tremendous amount of traditional smoke shop stuff. We have also got our kratom, I think, is second to none. We carry some different brands, and all of our brands we stand behind 100%. We are particularly interested in the Keteric kratom stuff. We've also got some new in stock. I just got some new glass water pipes. I've got some new hookahs. I am really proud of this little MF that we've got. This is a mushroom nootropic new product that we have, and we are very, very proud of this. I mean, especially how it comes. It's kind of it's a fun little ride. In all honesty, you get into this, and no Delta products, no mushroom product. Here it is. It shows you the test for it. Brandon does a real good job of posting all the tests online, so you see this. This is a fun get down product. So I'm letting you know, Little MF is a product that we have a little bit of stock of it right now, and so I think we got like three flavors, 3 or 4 flavors, and I think it's going to be something that everybody can get with. It has, it's in a little mushroom type tablet. Very, very nice, man. You'll have a good time, and they'll keep coming back for more. We are about to get the 4-pack in it, and so you'll get that next because we are selling it well. We're very happy of these new hookahs that we've got, but we've also got a Florida compliant gummy. Now, what makes it Florida compliant? It doesn't have all the bullshit cartoon type graphics. It also has no color in the gummy, all clear, and it's still got a good flavor, got a good taste. Color does not make flavor. It's just for aesthetics. But this is a Florida compliant that we are starting to see that some of the states are already starting to adopt the language and the visuals of the Florida compliant gummies. Also, check out this new hookah that we've got. This hookah right here will fit on this. It's just the top is what you're selling. The top, the hose, the bowl. It fits on any type of bottle. So if you got a water pipe, or if you got a water bottle, a Coke bottle, if you've got, I don't know, I'm guessing a feminine hygiene bottle, whatever, it's got it. This thing will work. It's pretty cool. It's got a fun little pouch that you can put into your backpack, and you can go out into the day and hike a little bit, and wherever you stop, here it is, and it's ready to go. Easy to clean because you just throw away the damn bottle, unless it's one of them things you want to keep. We've got several new products right now that we're really, really proud of, and you can find that under the new in stock on the unswholesale.com website. We are very proud of all this. We add new stock weekly. We've got new water pipes. We've got new hand pipes. Our graphic water pipes look really, really good right now. We've got some stuff that'll make a real good color for you with what's up. Plus, we've got all these other hookahs that we have here as well. I think I've already touched on them before. We've got a lot of new stuff. So also the pre-rolls. Don't forget the pre-rolls. We have Blue Lotus pre-rolls, one with, one without Mad Honey. I know this is sounding like a commercial, but I think you need to understand. I have been pushing Blue Lotus for a while. I think it's a great alternative to the Delta. If you could not sell Delta, I think it's just something you need to look into and start thinking about. If I've been selling, pre-rolls for a while, what's going to happen if it goes out? Well, we are starting to see lots more people repeating this purchase over and over and over again for these pre-rolls, and we've done really well with them. Absolutely no Delta in them whatsoever. And so it's not one of those things where they try to hide it and mix it in. It is not there. There is no Delta. It's all Blue Lotus. Unless you get the Mad Honey, then it's got the Mad Honey mixed in with it as well. And I am a big fan of the one with the Mad Honey, but some of the girls in the warehouse are really pleased with both. But they do say that the Mad Honey is where it's at. So that's what I got tonight, y'all. I'm sorry at the first of this how it was jittery. I don't know what was happening there. Also, don't forget on ChadWadeTV.com, back in the back, I've started writing books. I've got the first book you saw on Amazon. These books are more for training for the store. If you're a new shop owner or you're an existing shop owner and you think you need to maybe touch it up a little bit, I've got a few books here. I even got a new cookbook out here. So if you want to have some quick recipes that you can make in the back, even just with a microwave, it is possible to do it. It's some real stoner food, and it's not you don't have to get so wrapped up in so much of this ingredient, so much of that ingredient. Some of this stuff is just 3 and 4 ingredients long, and usually most people have them. But the books that I've got there, it gives you a whole lot of marketing ideas. It also gives you some ideas about some alternative products you could add to your store. It also tells you a little bit about my thoughts on like incense sales, why you need that in your store, grinders, water pipes, hand pipes, bubblers, things like that, and why these things are all so important. I do have a lot of stuff there. I've worked pretty hard on these. Bella, of course, helped me put these things together. And so I'm pretty proud of that. She was able to do that. I've got a couple more that we've still got to get out and slapped up here before she runs off back to school. I'm hoping she'll be able to finish these up before that happens. And that's within the next 2 weeks. And they are done. She's just got to finish them up as far as that goes. Also, if you are looking for some marketing help, maybe if with your Instagram or your Facebook or your that TikTok thing that she's so good at. I don't even have that personally, so I don't know anything about that, but she seems to understand it, seems to do real well with it. She's also figured out a few things about the Facebook ads. Also, let me tell you what else I found out. So I have hooked up with a group that has really helped me out a little bit here as far as their funding and what they do. And this group right here can help you get set up, right? To do some things, to add some money to your store. Like if you're looking for business funding, and Altura Funding, they can help you, man. They've got term loans, lines of credit, zero biz, business credit cards with up to 18 months, zero interest on them, right? And they've also got a tool that'll show you your funding options that you'll qualify for. And they'll also give you your P&L, your balance sheets, your cash flow reports, and show you other funding options as well. These lines of credits, they can also get you. And I've got a link in the description down here, and it'll tell you how to get qualified, which is, you calculate your in the link down here, you click through it and you fill out the 90-second form. And it's an Experian soft check. So it's not a hard pull. It's going to just crack your dome open, and it'll instantly tell you your options. And somebody will reach out and help you get through it. And if you've got some credit issues, they can even get in there and help you do that too. So if you're interested in this, look down in here and click on the link down there and go right to it. These people can actually help you get funded. So if you're looking to start you a store, get up and running, or you're looking to to meet some short term. And we're not talking MCA where it's some god awful amount, although they do have that. It's just not something that they push, but they do have that. And so you can get that now, and you can get you a short term loan, or let them help you get this 0% credit card for 18 months, and you spend, $20,000, $30,000. If you want to, Chadwade, TV.com, maybe I can help you. Or if you're looking for some wholesale inventory to fill up the stores, you can spend that money at my store, at my shop. We can't wait to help you with that and get that out there to you. So if you're looking for that, let me know. The link is in the description. It's also, Brandon's put it here on the side so that you could just tap and jump over to it, copy and paste, whatever it takes, and get to it. And that way you can help get yourself some funding and, get it going. Okay. So I'm just letting you know that's what's up, and that's what we're doing. And hopefully this helps you guys as much as, I know it will. And, yeah, guys, that's kind of what I got for the night. And hope that helped you out a little bit. I know it's been a little salesy, but I was trying to get back and forth, and get this thing done. But man, got to pay the bills. So don't forget, got a Discord channel too. If you're a shop owner and you're looking to, get a few things, maybe you want to hatch it out with the gang. We've got a really, really, really good crew in the Discord that can't wait to help each other. I have watched them do it. I'm very, very proud of all the boys there. And also, we vet every single person that comes in. You will not be allowed in there until you fill out the form and we can verify that you do own the shop or you do run the shop. We do not let distributors in there. We do not let the usual suspects that want to steal from you in there. And if they try to do that, you've been warned that that type of thing happens in America. But more importantly, we can find those people because they put in there and we're able to verify each and every individual. So if you'd like in there, Brandon, we'll put a link in there to the Discord and help you get in there and be a part of it. Hope you are, especially if you're a shop owner. If you're not, you will not be allowed in. You cannot just be a looky-loo saying that you're just getting ready to get into a shop. That's not going to help you. You need to be a shop owner in order to be able to be a part of the conversation. All right, guys, that's what I got for the night, man. We're coming up on top of the hour. We got to pay the bills. If you can help us out a little bit, feel free. Also, I have a Patreon. If you'd like to be a part of that and you'd like to kick in a couple of bucks, that'd be wonderful as well. I would appreciate any and all help. We are going to start posting the Patreon members on here and give them a little credit for all the help that they've given us. And we do have a few, and we do appreciate everything that they've given to us. And we thank them so much for it. And feel free to donate. That would help us out a little bit if you did. All right, a few extra dollars to go into production. It does cost money to make these videos. It does cost money for equipment. And, as you know, tequila is not free. Okay. That's not true. I get that, a lot of that stuff as a gift. So it is what it is. All right, guys, that's what I got, man. I appreciate you coming in, checking out with us, hanging out, and seeing that everything is everything. Again, thank you, Brandon, for helping me with this tonight. I appreciate that. You've gone above and beyond as usual. I really appreciate, you for all you've done, Brandon. And Bella, I appreciate you as well, too. I know you put a lot of hard work into that website and helping me with that. And I also at drafting up the news that we put out every single day on the Discord. Thank you so much for all that, Bella. I really appreciate you. All right, guys, that's what we got. If you're looking for some marketing help and you're looking for that, I did glance over that. Hit Bella up at IKW Media LLC at gmail.com. She'll be more than happy to help you out with that. Just hit her up and send her an email. Let her know that you need to talk to her and explain your situation. She does have different levels. If you've only got a couple of channels, or if you got 3 or 4 channels and you need some help with it, she can help you with it. I guess that's all I got for tonight, y'all. I think that's about it. I appreciate everything you guys do for me, and thanks for coming in and watching. And even if you hung out 5 minutes, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for giving me a few minutes of your time. All right, guys, I love you. I appreciate it. Please be safe. Please be careful. Get rid of that fucking 7-0 shit. I know it's good money, but you got to stop. You're hurting the fucking community. You just are. All right, guys, we love you. Talk to you later. Bye.